Well, hello there. How are you doing today? Do you feel like doing a little bit of spring DIYing with me today? Well, come on in. Let's get started. What do I have going on for you for today? Well, today I'm bringing to you a few spring DIYs, one of which I will be incorporating this adorable straw hat that you can get from none other than the Dollar Tree. This DIY is one that is very versatile. It can be done to suit any decor style, any season of the year. It is such a quick, easy, and fun one, and the outcome is stinking adorable. So I can't wait to show you what I have in store for you for today. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quit my gabbing, let's jump into it, and let's do some Dollar Tree spring DIYing on a budget, because that's what we do here. Let's get to it. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? You'll want to stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. If you're interested in being featured as a Crafter of the Day in one of my videos, submit a picture of one of your recreations of a DIY that I've done to either Facebook or Instagram. If you want to DM it to me, you can. Then you just simply have to look out for the end of each video to see if it's your DIY that I will be featuring in that given video. Alrighty, jumping on into this first DIY, I picked up this wired ribbon. This is spring wired ribbon that you can find at Dollar Tree right now. I picked up 2 of each, not thinking I'm gonna need all of them, but I picked them up just in case. I cut them into, I wanna say 8.5-inch strips. And this here is just 1 spool of each. Yeah, it was 8.5-inch strips. And like I said, I did a full spool of each. Then I'm gonna take these strips and along that top edge, I'm gonna hot glue the 2 edges together. And I'm gonna do that to all of my 8.5-inch spring wired ribbon strips. Then I'm gonna take all those strips that we just folded in half and glued together, and I'm gonna glue 7 of them together side by side. Now for this first row, and I did say first because there's gonna be a few rows, I'm gonna start off with just the solid orange burlap ribbon, and you'll wanna do your first row in a solid color, and you'll kind of see why at the end. Now with these next rows, I'm gonna take the decorative ribbon and I'm gonna glue them together again side by side, but I'm gonna alternate the ribbons. And as I do each row, I'm gonna do 1 less piece of ribbon than I did the row before, if that makes any sense. So with the first row, with the orange burlap, I did 7 pieces of ribbon glued together. This row is gonna be 6. Then this next row is going to be 5. And whatever ribbon I start on for that row, again, I'm gonna alternate that ribbon from the ribbon above whatever I started that row with, if that makes any sense. So everything is kind of opposite in each row. And yeah, I just really am probably not articulating this well, but you'll see what it looks like at the end. So just copy what I did. And you see where I'm going again. This row will be 4 ribbons wide. And I will end with the row that is 3 ribbons wide. Then starting off with the longest row, which is the 7 orange burlap ribbons right along the top there, I'm gonna put a nice thick bead of hot glue. Then taking the decorative ribbon that has 6 ribbons in it, I'm just gonna kind of place it there on top. And as I stack these ribbons, I will go from longest to shortest rows, if that makes any sense, just kind of stacking them up. Your sides are gonna have some uneven, jagged edges, and there is an easy fix to that just by kind of folding them in and hot gluing it at a tapered angle. It's gonna give this a nice finished look, nice finished tailored look. That's what we're going for. Now we're getting to the part what I'm gonna do with that hat, that spring hat that you can get at Dollar Tree. You're not gonna find this in the spring section. You're gonna find this in the section where all those leather satchel bags are and the scarves are. It was not in the spring section. You're gonna find a couple of 2, 3, 4 different colors. I just went with the white because I wanted it to coordinate with my fabric. Taking the orange burlap ribbon. I folded it in half just to kind of add some color to the hat, to the back of the hat, the front of the hat, whatever side of the hat. It's gonna end up being the back of the hat. I'm gonna make a bow out of my burlap ribbon, and I want it to look like it's two bows. And you can easily do this just by cutting a strip and kind of folding it the way I did. No reason to try and tie a perfect bow. It can be a bit hard when you're working with a wired ribbon like this. And so if you just kind of fake it till you make it, you're gonna get the same outcome. So just by hot gluing the pieces together like this, then taking some bright spring flowers. This is a flower pick that I got at Walmart. They're 97 cents. They've got them right now with their spring collection. I'm gonna add that to the bow, just kind of covering up the fake part of the bow that we made. Now we're gonna go back to what is our ribbon dress. How stinking cute is that? On the top there, I'm just gonna pound it with some hot glue, and I'm gonna place my hat flower side down there onto the top, making this adorable spring dress that we're looking at from behind. How cute is that? Now we've got to finish off the bow and give it some tails. So taking a couple of those burlap strips that I had left over, I'm just gonna hot glue those right underneath and taper off those edges as well, finishing them off. For this next DIY, I'll be using one of these table decor pieces that you can get from none other than the Dollar Tree. Using some of Waverly's chalk paint in the color of hazelnut, I'm gonna give this table decor piece a good base coating of this. Only one coat is needed because, yeah, there's a because. I'm going to be covering this piece with burlap. Surprise, surprise, right? Why give this a base coat of the hazelnut? Because sometimes you can see through the burlap, and I didn't want to see white. And so by painting it hazelnut, if you do see through it, nobody's going to be none the wiser. So to cover it with burlap, you're going to want to give your piece a nice thick coating of Mod Podge. Any Mod Podge will do, gloss, matte, your choice. Once you've got a real good thick coat on there, you can go ahead and take your burlap, cover your piece. Then you're gonna wanna go in and give it a second coat of Mod Podge on top of that burlap. And I warn you now, the burlap is a thick material, so it's really gonna absorb that Mod Podge. So you're gonna need more than just a little bottle of Mod Podge from Dollar Tree. It's gonna take a couple hours for your burlap and Mod Podge to dry, but once it does, that burlap is good and stiff just the way you want it, and it's not gonna fray. I will be distressing this piece, and to do that, I like to use some of Tim Holtz Distress ink in the color of Walnut Stain. It's the perfect brown. Distressing is super easy when you use a paintbrush that has stiffer bristles on it. If you don't have a paintbrush that has stiffer bristles already, if you take a brush that you're not too fond of and you cut those bristles down real short, almost to the base, you're gonna end up with a stiffer brush. And then you can easily, yes, distress your pieces just like I'm doing here by rubbing your bristles on the ink pad itself and just transferring it onto your piece like so. For this DIY, I'll also be using these adorable galvanized bunnies. Loving these, oh my word. And to these, all three of these, they're gonna get a good coating of Mod Podge. Why? Oh, wait for it. Wait till you see what I'm gonna cover these with. These are actually in my Dollar Tree haul coming to you, but I couldn't wait to bring you this DIY so you get a sneak peek of my favorite Dollar Tree find this last haul. Oh my word, I'm over the moon about it. Okay, Kelly, stop talking. What are you covering these bunnies with? Oh my word, this new ribbon. Yes, I said ribbon. This looks like a white birch wood. I am obsessed about it. It's 3 inches in width, which is amazing. It has a bit of a different feel to it than ribbon. It almost kind of feels like a paper, which I am loving. But when I saw this, I thought, oh my goodness, to rustic up my galvanized bunny for this DIY, I'm gonna use this wood ribbon because I'm obsessed with it. And I think it's gonna take this DIY over the top when it comes to that rustic feeling. So by taking 2 strips and just placing them together side by side, you can cover your bunny, and that seam is really invisible, which I'm super excited about. Once it's dry, if you take a straight edge razor and just use the bunny as a guide to cut off that excess white birch ribbon, you're gonna get some nice clean edges. And each of these bunnies need distressing too. I did say you're gonna do this to all 3 of them, right? Well, you are, because it's gonna be triple the cuteness. I really got excited about these 2. They were in the haul, this 3-pack of cotton. These cotton pieces are going to make for the perfect bunny tail on our rustic bunny. How perfect is that? Oh my word, it doesn't get any cuter or rustic than that. Every rustic bunny should be finished off with none other than a burlap bow. On the back of each of the bunnies, I am gonna add a Jenga block, and this is to help them stand up, because where are these bunnies going? Boy, there's a lot of becauses in this video. Uh-oh, somebody's gonna call me out on it. These bunnies are gonna go on the plaque that we covered with burlap. All 3 of the bunnies in a row. How cute! These are laser cut words by Crafter Square. I had these in my stash. I thought that the word family would be perfect for the front of this. I had originally stained it with the Tim Holtz Distress ink, thinking that if I darkened it up, it would pop more. Only once I got it on there, I was thinking, you know what, it would have been cuter if I would have given it a quick coating of a yellow or a pale green to really make it pop more. It's DIYing for you, but nonetheless, it looks great. It's a fix I can fix later. And can I just say that it doesn't get any more rustic or farmhouse than this right here. I absolutely am in love with this piece. If you don't want to do 3, you can just do 1 if you want, and it's still just as cute. For this next DIY, one of these white baskets should do the trick. And you're gonna need 4 packs of these jumbo twine carrots. Twine carrots, doesn't get any better than that. I'm gonna start off by taking my basket, and I dug into my scrap of burlap, and I'm gonna cover the outside of this basket with burlap. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just didn't want the white basket to show. If you do, I say go for it, but I'm going for what look? That rustic farmhouse look, and burlap gives it just that feel and that look. When I placed the twine carrots onto my burlap basket, I spaced them out for a couple of different reasons. 1, because I wanted to see the burlap. I feel like it adds to the rustic look. And 2, it was going to take more twine carrots to cover the entirety of the basket. And so I was only able to get my hands on 5 packs because I didn't want to wipe the store out. Nonetheless, I think it's going to look amazing the way it is. If you want to completely cover your basket with carrots, I'm going to say it's probably going to take about 8 packs. To the inside of this basket, I am going to glue a piece of fluorofoam. A large one is not needed. Just one big enough to put a couple of picks in. You'll see what picks I'm gonna be putting in this. It's so stinking cute. I'm gonna fill this in with some paper towel just to kind of act as a space filler, because on top of the paper towel, I'm gonna place some moss. I only had 1 bag of moss, and so since you're not gonna be seeing through this basket, paper towel works as a great filler. Why use 2 bags of moss when you can use 1 and some paper towel? Right about now, Dollar Tree's got these bunny pop picks. Adorable, right? But I need them to match my decor, so I dug into my stash and pulled out this buffalo check burlap roll. This is perfect for covering up the pink fabric so it matches my decor. On the bottom, the paw prints are pink, so I'm just gonna take some black paint and cover up that pink felt. And these paws are gonna go right like so in our basket because our bunny is digging for our twine carrots. Haha. This bunny also needs a tail, so I dug into my pom-poms and got this larger one out, and I'm just gonna hot glue it to the moss just like so. And we are done. Oh my word. It really is so stinking cute. I love this piece. It's gonna be perfect to add to my mantle decor this year. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? Well,
It's going out to Donna, who's bringing to us her recreation of my DIY wood heart and nautical rope wall decor hanger. Donna, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your recreation with us today.
Tell me that DIY is not stinking adorable. I love it. You can do it as bright and vibrant as you want. You can do it for the spring and Easter like I did, or you can just kind of get creative and do it with some burlap ribbon and give it that real fun rustic farmhouse look for any time of year. I hope you all enjoyed today's spring DIYs. If you're looking for more DIY inspiration, well, guess what? You can click on the video right over here and it'll take you to some of my past favorites. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy. But most of all, you know what I'm gonna say. Stay positive, please, because I am. Bye for now, everybody.